If you've ever been told you're too much in dating, I'm gonna say something that will blow your mind. You're not too much. You're actually less than you really are. Not because you lack confidence or you're insecure, because you mastered control and control feels safe to you. And it seems that if you're in control, it will be easier for you to be chosen. The truth is that high achieving women don't collapse in relationships, they contract quietly, strategically, intelligently. And most of the time, they don't even know that it happens. In this video, I'm breaking down the subtle ways powerful women shrink themselves in relationship and why it slowly costs them real connections. Let's start by understanding that shrinking is not weakness. Shrinking is passive and it's actually self-editing. Editing yourself, editing your standards, your wishes, your needs, your beliefs, because some part of you learn somehow that full exposure and full expression of yourself will risk yourself in rejection. And that's why it feels safer for you to shrink. Here are 5 examples you might be doing this. The first one, you downplay your standards. You say you want consistency, and if he doesn't show up or if he cancels last minute, you understand. You say, oh, he's probably busy, he has other things to do, and you hold yourself powerful to being so understanding. However, this underneath is actually self-abandonment because you do want the consistency. You do want the person to show up. The second one is you overfunction early in dating. So you schedule the date and then you end up being the one who's calling the restaurant, reserving the table, doing all the things, doing the heavy lifting. And you pride yourself with being the one that's more mature, being in control. But actually deep down, you want to be held, but you're not allowing the other person to show up for you the same way you need them to because you overfunction. The third way is you soften your boundaries and your opinions. For example, if somebody asks you something, you say, I'm fine with whatever, I'm okay with it. Because somehow you learn that it's safe for you to not fully express yourself. Because if you fully express yourself, you might risk rejection. Number 4 is you delay hard questions. You are a strong, powerful woman. You have strong intuition and you can sense if something is off and something is not working, but you don't speak it. You internalize, you overanalyze, you journal about it, you figure it out. That's not how it works because you learned that not bringing it up is safer for you. 5, you stay in control of your emotions. You rarely speak about your disappointments in real time. You kind of swallow it in, you handle it, you are the strong one, you're gonna journal about it, you're gonna do all the work, but you never truly express yourself, and therefore you're not allowing the other person to truly understand what is good for you and what is not. This is not random. This is a pattern because somewhere along the line, your nervous system learned that control equals safety. So you manage the relationship, you manage, control everything, you manage your emotions, you deal with it inside, you're not expressing yourself because you learned that expressing yourself or showing up fully as yourself is risking yourself in emotional rejection. And emotional rejection is unsafe, it's unpredictable, so you're not allowing yourself to be in this situation, so you're shrinking yourself to prevent any type of rejection, if there might be rejection, because most of the times when you express yourself, you show the other person who you truly are, and you show them how to love you, you show them how to show up for you, because when you are in your alignment, when you are fully yourself, when you are fully showing up, that's the only way that you know that the connection that you have is real, because otherwise you're faking it, you're shrinking yourself, and what happens then is resentment, and it's quiet resentment. It's slowly, you're not expressing your needs, you're not expressing the disappointments, and over time you're draining yourself. And I see it a lot with women I work with. Powerful women come to me and say, I am drained, I look in the mirror, I don't know who I am. And all of this because they learned somewhere along the way that control means safety. This is why most advice fails, because confidence is not mindset work. Confidence is regulation. It's your nervous system being steady enough to hold uncertainty, silence, uncomfortable conversations, disagreement, emotional exposure. Knowing how to recognize your patterns is not enough, because boundaries or setting boundaries is a skill that you're training your body to hold that discomfort. And if you cannot hold the discomfort of holding the boundary after you said it out loud, then you're going to repeat the pattern. Because again, knowing your patterns and knowing your traumas is fantastic and it's great, but it's not enough to regulate your nervous system. If you recognize yourself in this, not dramatically, but subtly, this is the level of work I do with women one-on-one. I have a few spots open. You can apply in the link here below.